Hey, what is going on? Monday. But I don't think we have too many Mondays left. Maybe what, three? Maybe three Mondays after this one. So hopefully not too bad. So today I think we're going to finish up Bang. No. Finish up yeah, Bang. Finish up Bang, and then we're going to move on to Gasp because well, when we finish Gasp, we'll go right into when we finish Bang, we'll go right into Gasp, and I'll show you what the results are for reading the next book so far, and then we'll start reading. I found it on a free site. I'll talk about that when we get there. Probably breaking some copyright laws or something like that, but it's for education, right? So hopefully not too bad. We ended right where the kind of salmon ends, the orange, whatever color that is. Pink? That's not pink. I don't know. Whatever color that is. Hopefully we had the good class discussion about, how Trey is kind of recovering. We got a whole Sawyer and Jules. Are they going to be a couple? Seems like it. They had a couple rough spots, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, on this next page in like a half, she's going to get kind of deep here and kind of drill down and figure out what is anger and hatred all about. So let's read it here. Not a lot of action here. She's just kind of thinking to herself. It's weird how hatred can make people do such terrible things to other people. It kind of makes me think about my dad, and I wonder, is his anger a form of hatred? I think about my anger at Sawyer's family, at the people who want to kill other people because of who they are, at the vision gods who put us through all this. Is that anger really hatred in disguise? Or is it only irrational anger, actually hatred? The kind of anger and hatred my dad has over a recipe and towards a family with whom he made a big mistake. Is his hatred really aimed at them, or is it reserved for himself because he's pissed about what he's done or what he didn't do? And does he even know that his anger affects Siagnati's anger? Top of the next column. And that's why Sawyer gets punched in the face by his own father. Selfishly, I want to excuse myself, reward myself for having the proper kind of anger, the kind that helps people, helps make the world better, not for the kind that festers and makes people bitter. But I don't know. And that kind of makes me think about when we talk about our like genocides that we've been studying, like what causes one group of people to hate another group of people so much that they want to just exterminate them from earth. Like, just doesn't matter who they are, men, women, children, just like get rid of that kind. It's crazy. And also it seems like, I mean, this is really early in the story. Maybe you've seen more of it, or maybe more has come out on Monday. I'm recording this on Sunday, but there was another mass shooting in Buffalo, killing 10 people, and it seemed possibly racially motivated. Like, I mean, it's really early. It just happened yesterday, but it seems like there's a sort of a hate behind that. So we'll keep following that story, but like something to keep an eye on. Just like so much hate. Luckily, I still think the world is full of mostly good people overall, mostly good people, but it's that small percentage that really give the rest of us a bad name. Hating someone simply because of what they believe, who they are, skin color, religion, whatever. All right, so we are halfway in the middle of that second column. It's late Friday night of spring break when I run into Sawyer at the Traverse Apartments. We haven't been there in a while. Remember, that's where she was mugged. That's where they bumped into each other. She ruined a pizza. We're delivering to a different building this time, but I park next to him so he sees my car and waits for me when he comes out, which he does. Hey, he says, my last weekend. I nod. He told his mother on Tuesday that he would finish the weekend to give them time to find a replacement, and that he was moving in with his cousin Kate for a while, maybe forever. and taking a part-time job at the Humane Society. He says his mother cried, and that makes me furious. I think, where the blank are the tears before it's too late, you moms? Where are they? Why does it have to go this far before you let yourself break? But I don't say anything. That's my own battle. And my family is walking on eggshells until somebody, me, decides it's time to deal with it. Just not yet. How's Rowan? She had a blast once our parents calmed down and got distracted with Trey, but she said she wasn't sure it was worth lying about. Now she's the one Dad's eyeing. Top of the next column, asking her if she's pregnant. I laugh a little, but my mind is elsewhere. On my dad, wondering things I don't want to wonder about. But I know I soon be going to, but I know soon I'm going to have to ask him about. I lean against my car and pull on Sawyer's hoodie strings. You doing all right? I ask. After the vision, I mean. He shrugs. I think so. Considering. Trey tried to be hilarious today, I tell him. He came into my room this morning and told me he had a vision. Sawyer's eyes open wide. That's so not funny. My heart totally sank. I mean, I almost started bawling, you know. I don't know if I could do this again. I look at him hard. Oh, God, he says. He looks away, picturing it, I suppose. He shakes his head. I'm really glad that we had a chance to save people, but tell you what, I can eliminate police officer and firefighter from my list of things I want to be when I grow up. I just hope. I begin. No, never mind. He narrows his eyes and focuses in on me. What? He says slowly. I shrug, bite my lip. I mean, obviously, I had a vision, and somehow I passed it to you. And now, who knows? Maybe it's done, or maybe it's not. Sawyer grips the back of his neck and leans against his car door. What are you saying? He says, like he knows what I'm saying. I don't know. What if you got your vision because I saved you, and now you save people, and one of them is having a vision, only we don't know it? Top of the next column. Oh my God, Jules. Sawyer says, and I can see he's straining not to raise his voice. This is not our problem. Are you kidding me? You're not responsible for saving the whole blanking world. Besides, where'd you get your vision from then? I look down at the pavement and I wonder, not for the first time, if my father's illness is responsible for this, and my grandfather's too. Maybe these visions have been a DeMarco family curse for generations, and I just unleashed the curse for the rest of the world, or to the rest of the world. Back when I was feeling sick out of my mind, seeing that explosion and Sawyer in a body bag, I almost asked Dad if he ever had a vision. Maybe I should have. Because what if he's been having a vision for years, but he doesn't know what to do? And what if my grandfather had a vision too, and it got so bad that he killed himself? Because it was the only way he knew to be free of it. Maybe the Ignatis actually have very little to do with my family's history of depression, and it's been this all along. What if all the visions started with DeMarcos and stayed with DeMarcos, and none of us figured how to get them to stop, so the visions festered inside people until it ruined them? And then I came along and stopped mine. And by stopping my vision, I passed the curse to someone I saved. And by stopping Sawyer's, well, I just have to find out. It started with me, I say. I glance up at Sawyer, but that doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't change anything. It's what happens next that matters. We're talking about people's lives. What if Trey hadn't helped me save you? What if Trey and I, top of the next column, hadn't helped you with the shooting? I can't let some traumatized shooting victim handle the next thing alone. I shrug. I can't. I unleash the beast. Sawyer stares at me. Then he slowly shakes his head, and I can tell his mind is made up. No way, he says. No way. Right in the middle here. One look at his set jaw, and I know he's not going to change his mind. I hold his gaze a moment more, and then I nod and attempt to smile, because this is not his battle. He's a victim of the DeMarco curse, like everybody else. Okay. I say, I understand. I pull the keys from my pocket, and then I reach up and caress Sawyer's cheek, pull him close, kiss him until the tension between us melts away. And when we pull apart, I tell him I love him and that I have to do this. I have to find out if anybody else is having a vision. And if somebody is, I have to help. That's the way it's going to be. That's my responsibility, and I'm going to do it, invincible or not. I started this, and I'm in it until I see a way out. He just stares at me like I've lost my mind again. I hope I can't find anyone with a vision. With all my heart, I hope this mess ends with us. Frankly, I doubt it does. And I can't rest until I know for sure. And we know that there's a third book. So it's unlikely that this curse stops with her, right? When I get home, it's late. Rowan's fast asleep. I lie on my bed, eyes closed, trying to picture the music room, trying to count the people in there, wondering where to start, how to track them all down, what to say when I do. Eventually, I get up and I find Trey watching late night TV in the living room. He's got his bad arm in a sling, the other hand in a bowl of popcorn. All right, we kind of, and it's not a big deal. Excuse me. We kind of just like glossed over the fact that Rowan's home. I mean, if nothing happens, the author really doesn't need to take us there. Like, oh, she got off a plane, she drove back, fine. I mean, I would like to know a little bit more about the whole, what's the guy's name? I can't remember the boyfriend's name. It's not Charles, but I'm sure somebody knows. We'll probably figure it out as we're watching this. But, if nothing important happened, just kind of, oh, she's home. All right, boom. Let's move the story along. So we got to find out who has this vision. And Sawyer and Trey, sorry, not Sawyer, Jules and Trey are actually going to talk about like who are some good candidates. And like we've all said, or like a lot of classes have said, like Ben, we gotta see that guy Ben. He is a likely candidate. All right. Actually, I think we're almost done with this book here. Maybe a couple more. Yeah. See, there it is. So we literally have like 2 more pages. All right. Popcorn. That's where we ended. Popcorn. Man, you know what? I ran out of popcorn. I usually have a bowl of popcorn a day. Probably not the healthiest, and I ran out. Maybe I'll run to Shaw's after this. Hey, you have Ben's phone number, right? I ask. He shoves popcorn in his mouth and nods, eyes narrowing. Why? He asks, his mouth full. I need it. He stares at me, chewing slowly. He swallows and pauses the TV show. Why? He says, again, suspicious. I drop my gaze, studying a stack of board games, trying to decide if I should tell him. Finally, I say in a softer voice, I just do. I need to make sure nobody new is affected. His hand drops to his lap. His eyes close and he sighs heavily. You see what he says there? You got to be kidding me. I stare at the floor. He sits up, his voice suddenly concerned, like he's just realizing what I'm saying. Wait, if Sawyer passed the vision to Ben, Trey says, I swear, I don't even know if I can say that word, that line, because YouTube might take down the video. Let's just skip that and you can read it yourself. It's a threat, but of course he's not. I mean, I don't know if you should say that, though, after you just stopped the shooting. I know. Just give me the number. I'll call him in the morning. He hesitates a moment more, like he can't believe this is happening. Then he sets his popcorn bowl on a pile of magazines next to the chair and pulls his phone from his pocket. He forwards Ben's contact info to my phone. Trying not to sound like a total psycho. And, don't make me look bad. Top next column. Yeah, sure. No problem. He attempts a reassuring smile, but his eyes are worried when I say goodnight. At 3 a.m, my cell phone buzzes. And at first, I think it's a dream. I finally wake up enough to answer. It's Sawyer. Hey, I whisper, propping myself up on my elbow. What's up? The line is quiet, but I know he's there. I can almost feel his chest move as he breathes, and his earnest eyes adorned with those ropey lashes. Sense the trepidation in his voice before he speaks. And all he does is whisper 3 simple, beautiful words that I've come to love hearing. Okay, he says, I'm in. All right, that's it. Right. I knew that was coming up and it still kind of like surprised me. Like, that's it? That's all? That's all? So I will show you okay, this is going to take some finagling here. To share like one screen to the other, like I'm going on a different website now. It's not that easy with this. Come on, StreamYard. They're usually pretty good, but I want to show you this. Okay, let's see. I think it's sharing. Yeah. So we got 66 so far percent, about 2/3 saying that they would like to continue. I will keep watching this. If it changes, then we will stop with the reading, but that looks pretty good right there. I'm back. So let's take a look at the I don't know, bootleg website that I found. It's going to save me about $10. I won't have to purchase the book. It's not as nice as the Kindle version. There are ads, and I'm pretty sure they are stealing because we have copyright laws in this country. Yeah, there we go. And you have to usually pay for what you get because the artist or the writer had to work hard. They put their work in. They should get paid. But I am a fairly poor school teacher, so we will use this bootleg version so far. And I will share the website with you just in case you want to see more books or you want to read ahead or whatever. It's called the freeonlinenovel.com. Read any books free online. Yeah, this is definitely not good. But I mean, I'm all for people reading. And if you can't afford to buy the book, well, at least you can afford to have some internet. Hopefully at school we have internet. So, you can read this here. But we won't read too much because we've been going pretty far with this so far. Yeah, pretty far with this so far. That's good English. But Gasp. So it's the entire book. So what I'm going to do is just like make it a little bit bigger here. And I won't be able to really keep our spot like I did with the Kindle, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully I'll remember, you will remember. But yeah, it goes all the way. And we got some ads we got to get through, and more ads. But we'll just, go through that. And then you can even, I don't want to, you can even go all the way to the end of the book, which we won't do. But that button, I don't think you can see it, but all the way to the right, Then we go all the way to the end of the book. So I guess we won't start because we're at 18 minutes. We won't start Gasp yet, but tomorrow. And then make sure you vote. If you're not happy with the way things are going, make sure you vote in that poll. It's right on Google Classroom. And then we'll talk some Cambodia. We'll talk some essay. And then you'll be out of here.